With the trade deadline less than a week away, we are getting sensible, glorious silence about the Lakers. Matthew Stafford is taking his time with the retirement question, and a former UCLA basketball player wants to be the old guy lurking in the back of the club. Good morning. I'm James. And this is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos Morning Report. So it is January 31st, 2026. We are back in Ice Station Bravo in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Whatever, we'll make the best of it. Do you like being in the know about LA sports? Well, if you do, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop an update. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And by all means, comment. Now, before we go through the news and notes, a quick look at the scoreboard. Lakers 142, Washington 111. Luka Doncic scored 37. Bruh registered a triple-double in the first half alone. And Denver, well, they mollywopped the Clippers 122 to 109. James Harden scored 25 points. Meanwhile, today, the Kings are at Philadelphia at 9:30 a.m. Indiana is at UCLA at 2, and Rutgers is at USC at 4. So, with all that out of the way, what do you say we get to the news? Because silence is golden. Purple and golden. For the first time in weeks, though, that silence was disrupted when a Lakers trade rumor emerged. It was all over the interwebs yesterday that there were talks between the Lakers and the Cavaliers about forward DeAndre Hunter. Now, I'm not going to go too crazy into the details because I really doubt a deal is going to happen. Here's how the story came out. The Lakers were in Cleveland this week. All of a sudden, two rando podcasters in Cleveland stopped watching Drew Carey reruns long enough to claim the Lakers and Cavs were talking about Hunter. Just like that, the interwebs took it and splashed it all over the place. This is why we always talk about clickbait porn on this channel. The Dodgers are not the only team out there where these delusional, fever-dreamed internet trade rumors just gurgle up like acid reflux. The Lakers have a ton of those rumors too for years. Now, however, if you Google Laker trade rumors, there's going to be a GIF of a tumbleweed rolling across your screen. So the question arises, why have the undisputed kings of vapid NBA trade gossip go suspiciously silent with less than a week to go before the deadline? And I think there are two factors at play. One, we don't even know if there's a deal possible that can fix the Lakers' multiple problems. If you're a Laker fan, even you would have to admit this is a flawed roster. They score very few points from outside the arc. And oh, by the way, the Iranians played better defense against our Air Force a few months ago. This is every bit the team that got smoked in the first round of the playoffs last year. I'm not even trying to make fun. It just is. So that leads us to the second reason, the more hopeful reason. New ownership. Because one thing that became readily apparent is that with LeBron James in the fold, the front office was just lurching back and forth, rebuilding the roster every season to fit whatever his little heart desired. Russell Westbrook one year, youth moving the next. You cannot continuously rebuild your roster every offseason, particularly when the true cornerstones of the franchise are both in their 20s as opposed to a middle-aged man. And those people who are the cornerstones are Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. So, Say the Lakers do pull off a trade for Hunter. $22 million in cap space. Poof, gone. Even if you send back Rui Hachimura and Dalton Connect, gone. And by the way, Cleveland has a legit shot at a deep playoff run. So why would the Cavs send someone out when Rui Hachimura isn't an upgrade? Does that not suggest that Hunter is damaged goods? That on some level, he's not going to fit with the Lakers? So ultimately, I know this isn't hot and sexy, but I'm stoked that the Lakers aren't involved in a lot of trade rumors. We don't know what the Lakers even are now. All we know is that their way of winning is for LeBron and Doncic and hopefully Reeves to all three of them just overwhelm the opponent with points. But that's not really an identity. If this franchise, though, with Dodger ownership is run anything like the Dodgers, we do know what the future could be. All Laker fans have to do is ignore the trade hype for a week, expect that first round ass kicking, and then move forward to a better future. If you're a Laker fan, let me know what you think in the comments thread. Speaking of podcast blather, Matthew Stafford continues to be coy about his NFL future. He went on a podcast and said, quote, "It'll be a lot that goes into it. It's a physical, a mental, and emotional decision. A personal and family decision as well. So we'll figure all that kind of stuff out with some time. So when I'm ready to figure that out, I'll be ready to figure that out. That moment isn't right now. I know I had a ton of fun playing football this season and had so much fun playing for the Rams," unquote. If I were to wager he's playing, I have nothing really to go on other than $40 million. Not to mention playing behind an offensive line that kept his jersey dirt-free all year long. And a wife desperate to be an influencer. So yeah, those are three pretty good reasons why he's coming back. Or at least why I would think he is. ESPN has reported that Amari Bailey, who made no secret of his desires to be a one-and-done player when he went to UCLA back in 2022, now he wants to reboot his entire life. You know, just take his Wikipedia page like an Etch-a-Sketch and just shake the damn thing. Bailey is attempting to become the first player to return to college, not to get a degree, but to play after signing an NBA contract. So he lawyered up and he told ESPN, quote, "Right now, I'd be a senior in college. I'm not trying to be 27 years old playing college athletics. No shade to the guys that do, but I went to go play professionally and learned a lot, went through a lot. So why not me?" Unquote. Why not you? Because you said so when you signed with Charlotte, my dude. You said no to college. That's why not you. He had an amazing resume coming out of high school, right? He was a McDonald's All-American. He was named Mr. Basketball in California. But then when he chose to play for the Bruins, he made it perfectly clear that he thought this was a mere pebble to kick out of the way so that he could eventually go chase the bag in the NBA. Now, he didn't suck for the Bruins. I'm not trying to claim that. He helped get UCLA to the Sweet 16. But after averaging just 11 points a game, I was telling you guys, he has a future, but he ain't ready yet. That he wasn't a lottery pick. And he wasn't. There were warning signs out there for him to return to school. He ignored every last one of them. He was selected in the second round, for example. Then because again, he was only a teenager still, he bounces around the G League. He only gets into 10 NBA games. Bad things happen when you blindly chase the bag. Bad decisions happen when you blindly chase the bag. Betting on yourself is still a bet. You can lose. And let's not get it twisted. My man is still chasing the bag. Because that's really what this is about. A standard two-way contract in the G League is worth a little bit more than $500K. Meanwhile, he's seeing Donovan Dent pull in $3 million with the Bruins. By the way, side note, there's not a single quote that I saw where Bailey wanted to return to play for Mick Cronin either. He wants the bag because college now is paying better than the G League. So the question becomes, can Bailey do it? Well, he lawyered up. He didn't say he wanted to play for a team. He just wanted to lawyer up. So an NCAA official tweeted, "Oh, hell no, this isn't happening." Even to a cynical guy like me, this whole story is cold-blooded. My dude, Amari, you rolled snake eyes. Let it go. Push away from the table of the college casino. You may not be 27, which, by the way, is less than half my age, but this still has old guy at the club chasing chicks written all over it. And you lawyered up, which has, I spilled my own coffee in my lap, so I'm going to sue McDonald's, written all over it. Go and be a professional. That was your choice. The New York Giants will interview Chargers quarterbacks coach Shane Day for their vacant offensive coordinator position. Day is the third known candidate for the job. He coached in the NFL for many years, 6 different teams, I might add, but he's never served as an offensive coordinator. He was briefly a candidate to become the Bolts offensive coordinator. We all know how that turned out. Yesterday, we were discussing how the Dodgers could be down 2 starting pitchers on opening day. Now, that was a little misleading, given that Blake Snell is not dealing with a new injury and that Dave Roberts is challenging Roki Sasaki to up his game. Thing is, the Dodgers can afford to act that way, because they're the only team in Major League Baseball that can crow about how much starting pitching depth they have. Considering the Dodgers rolled out a 6-man roto at times last year, right? That makes Emmett Sheehan a candidate. Moreover, it's easy to forget about some Dodger pitchers because they're always getting surgery. Such as Gavin Stone. Remember him? He underwent shoulder surgery. What about River Ryan, who underwent the Dodgers version of a bar mitzvah, Tommy John surgery? Both of them eligible to pitch for the Dodgers this year. So yeah, there's some flexibility in that roto. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me, for example, about what you see with the trade deadline and the Lakers, or Matthew Stafford, and if he's coming back, and if you enjoyed the update. Don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day. Thank you for watching. I'm James, and we'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corcha El Queso production. Take care.